This video will show you how to bleed the brakes on this Subaru Outback. Make sure you have some parts cleaner and some brand new .3 brake fluid. Let's get into it. Okay friend, let's get started on our job. Before we do anything under the hood, let's make sure that each and every one of our brake bleeder screws opens as it should. Safely raise and support your vehicle and remove the wheels. Once you've confirmed that all the bleeder screws do open as they should, we're back under the hood at the master cylinder. Open your master cylinder cap. We're going to give that a close inspection, confirming it's in good usable order and the seal's not damaged in any way. If you are looking inside of the master cylinder, you're going to find that you have a small screen. You can either reach inside by hand, of course if you have gloves on, or you can use a small pick. Once you have that removed, we're going to remove as much fluid from inside of the master cylinder reservoir as possible. For that, we can use a fluid extractor. Now I have this hooked up, I'm going to take my hose and bring it down inside the reservoir here. Let's start removing all of that fluid. At this point, we're going to top off the master cylinder reservoir up to the full line, right along this area. I have my clean .3 brake fluid. A quick note about brake fluid, you do not want to get it on any painted surface. It's corrosive and it will cause damage. If you do get some on a painted surface, go ahead and wash it down with some water. Now that I have that topped off, I'm just going to reinsert my screen here, temporarily reinstall my cap, and we're ready for a brake bleed. The brake bleed sequence for this vehicle starts at the passenger side rear. You'll repeat the process at the driver's side rear, onto the passenger side front, and then ending at the driver's side front. Now we're ready to start bleeding the brakes. We're on the passenger side rear caliper. Looking at the caliper, you need to look for the bleeder screw. If you have any type of cover, just go ahead and remove that. Now once we have the cover off of here, we're going to start bleeding the brakes. There's a specific sequence for bleeding the brakes on this vehicle. We're going to start at the passenger side rear. Once we have this brake fully bled, we'll go ahead and clean up our mess. Go over to the driver's side rear next. The process will be the exact same thing over there. Once we've completed both rear brakes, we're making our way up to the master cylinder to top off that fluid one more time here. To bleed the brakes on this, it's going to be easiest if you have a second person inside of the passenger compartment. The person in the passenger compartment is going to pump up the brake pedal approximately 3 to 5 times and hold it. While they're holding it, I'm going to open up the bleeder screw and we're going to be paying attention to the fluid making its way out of the brake system. We want to go ahead and close this off once we stop seeing fluid come out, and we're going to have them pump up that brake pedal again. We'll repeat this process several times until we see only clean brake fluid making its way out and definitely no air. Now let's go ahead and pump up that brake pedal, please. While they're holding it, I'm using my 10mm wrench for my bleeder screw. We have our collection receptacle under this area so we can collect and recycle all fluid as necessary. Go ahead and pump, please. Go ahead and pump. You can release, thank you. On your vehicle, you can repeat this process as many times as necessary. Once you've confirmed everything looks good here, go ahead and clean any mess, reinstall your bleeder screw cover, and we're going over to the driver's side rear, and I'm going to repeat this exact same process. Once I have that complete, we're at that master cylinder to top it off. At the master cylinder, go ahead and remove that cap again, and we'll top it off up to the maximum line. Reinstall your cover. On to the next set of brakes. We finished topping off that master cylinder, and now we're at the passenger side front. Same process here. We've got our 10mm, our collection receptacle. Go ahead and pump up that brake pedal, please. Go ahead and pump. Go ahead and pump. Perfect. You can release, thank you. Now, as you can see, we had only clean brake fluid making its way out of this braking system on this side of the vehicle. We're going to clean up our mess, and now I'm going over to the driver's side. I'm just going to repeat this exact same process, and we need to make our way up at that master cylinder to top it off one last time. At the master cylinder, go ahead and remove your cap. We're going to top off that brake fluid up to the maximum line. Reinstall your cover, confirm it's properly secured. You do not want any dirt or moisture making its way inside your braking system. Okay friend, we showed you how to bleed the brakes and we've topped off the master cylinder. When you go to reinstall the wheels, make sure you torque those to 89 foot-pounds. Aside from that, go ahead and close the hood, take your vehicle for a road test. Thanks for watching.
When only the best will do, demand TRQ. The only company that lets you view before you do. TRQ is committed to offering the highest quality aftermarket auto parts that are engineered for peace of mind. Thanks for using and viewing with TRQ.